Hey there, everybody. Welcome in. It is Wednesday, June 30th. I'm here live on my end. It is 7 a.m. on our guests' end, and for most people on the Eastern time zone, it's 10 a.m. live every single Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's including holidays. That's like anytime, anywhere, Monday through Friday, there's going to be an episode live on our Facebook page. And if you're part of our Facebook groups, we also stream it inside of those Facebook groups as well. So we come on live, we bring in real people with just real stories. Like we have really no agenda. We don't even have really set questions. We send out a questionnaire and we get people, a little bit about, hey, here's my business, here's what I'm up to. But we don't really have much of an agenda. So if you're newer to our community, you're just tuning in for the first time, you can see our little banner down here. It says text WUL. It's over here, I guess. WUL to 813-296-8553. If you send a text message with WUL in it, you'll get a text message every morning. I just got mine just as a reminder that we're going live. It'll tell you who we're going live with. And you can never miss an episode. We also include just a little link in there so you can literally tap it, takes you right into Facebook, and then you'll be live on our stream. So if you're here, give a warm welcome to our guest. I'm gonna say Michael, but I think it might be different, right?
Michael is perfect. Yeah.
Okay. How would you pronounce it in Norway?
Mikael. That's like I try to say
go.
Michael because no one can really say it here, so I kind of Americanized it.
I got you. Yeah, I figured that was probably how it went because anyway. How's it going? Do you ever go by Mike?
Yeah, Michael,
I
Mikey.
can already, how long have you been in the States? I feel like I can hear you kind of taking on like an American accent almost.
I've been here about 2.5 years now.
Okay, cool. I can hear both. I can hear
Right.
sort of because you're from Norway, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Originally.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show. We're pumped that you're here. Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
Excuse me. Tell us a little bit about first, how did you end up in the States? I know you're going to college here. Tell us a little bit about your experience in traditional education in the college system, university system here. And then why'd you go online? I mean, what got you, I feel like we all kind of have this, trying to figure this whole online thing out, but what got you interested?
Yeah, so I remember I'll take you back to high school in Norway. I had no clue that I was going to go to the US. It was kind of a spontaneous decision. I've always been kind of an introvert, so going out of my comfort zone and like traveling to another country, like I had no clue that I was going to do it. And then like a couple of months before college started, I was like, you know what, let's just do it. So I traveled to the US, never been there before, never even had like a proper conversation in English even before I came. Like I was really struggling with the language. So I
Wow.
came to college. I'm studying finance here at the University of Tampa. I also swim collegiately for the university. And
Cool.
once I like got into the whole finance education thing, all the professors were like, yeah, when you graduate, you're going to start working like 80-hour weeks and you're going to grind for 10 years. And like they started like saying it like it was some cool thing. And remember just sitting in the back and I was like, dude, this is not like what I want to do.
Right.
This is not for me. So even though I'm learning a lot about like finance and corporate finance more specifically, it's not something that I want to do, right? So it was last year in 2020. I was sick with COVID and I had nothing to do. So I just did the classic thing that everyone else does, like how do you make money online? I ended up buying a course. It's like a $1,000 course. It was a horrible course. It didn't work out for me. I ended up buying like 2, 3 more courses like that. Wasted a lot of money on it. I eventually ended up doing e-commerce. I did e-commerce for about a year.
Okay.
I remember starting my first store, running Facebook ads day one, like $100 a day. Failed horribly, lost a lot of money. Created another store, and I'm not talking about stores where like you sell one product, like a moon lamp. I'm talking about like niche stores where you sell like 150 products per store, and it takes like weeks to create one. right? So I probably created like 4 or 5 stores over the span of 8 months and I just kept losing money on ads, like I almost went broke.
Mm.
So then after 8 months of failing, I finally had like a successful like e-commerce dropshipping store. Um, and I was doing consistently like $1,000 sales every single day, and I thought I made it. I thought everything was great, but that's not profit. Like, it's revenue,
Right.
because you have product costs, you have fulfillment, you have shipping, you have ad spend, you have all those costs that just ruin your whole business.
Yep.
Um, so even though I was making like $1,000 days, my profit margin was like 5 to 10%. You know,
Yep.
so that's what really got me attracted into affiliate marketing, because my total operational cost right now every month is like $100. So if I get $1,000 commission, I get like $1,000. So that's what I really found attractive to affiliate marketing, because to make the same amount of money, I had to sell 10 times more with e-commerce
Right.
to get the same amount of money in my pocket. So that's what really drove me into affiliate marketing and you guys.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So when you found us, that's really funny because you talk about like the low profits and selling a billion other products. That's literally like our video sales letter is like that story exactly.
Yeah, it really connected with me, because it's something that I've been struggling with, like with all that with e-commerce.
Yeah, makes sense. So you come online and you're starting out sort of the actual physical products route. What was the transition? So let's say that were we the first like company you ever saw that was teaching affiliate marketing, or did you try other stuff first? Did you try like drop shipping, or did you try like anything else, or how did you actually start?
No, so like I said, the first thing I did, uh, the whole 8 months that I was like failing horribly, was only job shipping. And you guys were
Okay.
the first real people that taught me affiliate marketing. I didn't even know what it was. Like, I'd never heard of it. I was like,
Okay.
so you're telling me that I can, instead of selling my own products, I can sell already proven products for other people for a commission, not dealing with customers, and I can sell multiple winning products at the same time, and I can automate the whole process, and there's like no costs, like that. It just blew my mind.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, it is a little bit mind blowing.
really is.
Nice. So with the content creation thing, you're on TikTok, you're on other places. Um, you sort of start creating content. What was that new for you? Because you had done paid ads before. Were you also doing content creation? Has that been a struggle? Has it been easy? What's that been like?
So I only did like my paid ads. I didn't do anything where I was in front of the camera. I had to learn Photoshop from scratch. I learned it by myself. It took me a couple of months. So I was only creating like still image and like carousel ads for Facebook. I
Yep.
was doing that all in Photoshop, and I wasn't showing my face. So going into TikTok was the first thing I started where I started showing my face. It was really hard, because like
Mm.
I was already like struggling with the language. I remember creating videos, and I would create a tape on TikTok, delete it, and do it like 20 times before I got it right. Um, so it was definitely a barrier to get through. And then when I started creating YouTube videos, that was even worse, because then I had to speak like longer periods of time.
Yep.
But I think that's something everyone struggles with when they get started, no matter if they're native or not, to get through that barrier of being able to be comfortable and talking in front of a camera. Like I go live on TikTok every single week. I create 5 TikToks a day. I create a YouTube video a week. But still, I still get nervous. Like for this call, like, oh shit, I'm going live. Like, I'm nervous. I didn't think I had that in me to be nervous anymore, but I did, and that's okay. It's a part of the process. It's how you learn. So
Right. Totally.
yeah,
Totally. I remember, yeah, that's funny. My first time like going on video, I was really nervous. I was super introverted, and I was just soaked in sweat, just so nervous,
yeah,
dude. It's just funny though, because, sometimes it's a reminder to me that we sort of build up these fears or anxieties, or am I good enough? And then, for me, my first video that I probably put online was about 10 years ago or so.
Wow.
And now it's kind of like, it's a little bit laughable. Like maybe there were some people who thought I was dumb, probably, but that, like, who cares? Like now it's 10 years later and it's like, I don't even know who those people would be. And I don't know where they are. And they certainly don't know where I am. And neither of us could care less about each other, you know? And it's just funny because it's all new and it's all, yeah. What do you feel like in terms of content creation? What do you add in terms of followers?
So when I first got started with TikTok, I saw all these other people who were like, promoting Legendary, and they were crushing it. They had like hundreds of thousands of followers, and they gained it quickly. And they were like, "Yeah, I started 2 months ago with this account," and I had like been going at it like 10 videos every single day for like a month, and I was like, "Dude, I have like a couple hundred followers. Like, what am I doing?" So it was definitely like a hard thing to overcome, like all that doubt, because
Yep.
it's always starts creeping up on you. Like, wait, am I not good enough for this? Should I be doing this? It's not working. So I think the number one tip and the number one thing that I've developed also through being an athlete is that like success takes time. It's different for everyone. Like it wasn't like I was jealous about all the other people that was having success. I was super happy for them. But
Yep.
I just also wanted that for myself. So I think the best thing is just don't look at other people, do your own thing, just continue providing value, and be patient. Be
Sure.
patient and consistent. Because I think, especially with my generation, I think that patience and consistency is one of the things that people struggle the most with. They don't see results in 2 weeks and they quit. Because like in today's society, we have all this instant gratification all the time. I can post a picture on social media, I get likes, I get like instant dopamine to my brain. You can binge a show on Netflix, 8 seasons at a time. I don't have to wait every single week for a new episode. Instant dopamine. You can go on Amazon. You can order
Right.
something same day delivery. It's just all this instant gratification all the time. So I think that kind of takes away some of the patience and consistency that you have to be able to have a successful business, because you can go 3 months without any results. A lot of people do that before they see anything. And that was me. I was like, I barely saw any results after posting like 5 to 10 times a day, every single day for two months before I like started getting some commissions.
Yep. Yeah, that's fascinating because I do sort of feel like, well, there's this intro level gap of like the introductory sort of stage of getting to 1,000 followers can be really tough. It can take a long time. I coach a lot of people in our blueprints on this. And actually, in our blueprints, we talk every Thursday. We have a live webinar at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I've taken multiple people who were struggling to get their first, whatever, 1,000 followers or whatever. I wonder if I have, yeah, here, I'll share my screen with this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but let me know if you can see this on my screen here.
We can
There
see
we go.
it.
So this individual, Ada, had a little under 1,000 followers about a month and a half or 2 months ago. And we went through her channel multiple times. I instructed her exactly on how to start creating content to go viral and get growth. And ever since then, she's now creating these videos that are getting 147,000 views and 91,000 views. And I've also done this with a few others as well. I just am going to be blanking on their username, but we do this. Oh, actually, I think I have one more. Hang on. Yeah, I've got one more. Well, let me share. But she's at 40. Her name's Amber. She's at 45,000. She was at like 600 followers when she got on these webinars. But the trick there, we do this all the time. But what I see is the first 1,000 followers is one thing, but then after you get that first 1,000, then it's like your 1,000 to 10,000, and then you get to 100,000. I think the real trick is what you said. And I want to circle back to that idea of consistency. I'm sure that you've got that very ingrained and learned in you because you're an athlete, and you don't really become even a collegiate athlete, more or less a professional athlete or something like that, unless you've got an intense work ethic You've got a lot of patience. You've got a lot of resilience. And you understand that what you put in the ground, what you plant is what you're going to harvest. And there's outliers and stuff like that, but my point with all of that is the consistency is really important in the beginning and getting those followers, but then that self-doubt and that sort of wondering, am I missing out, all of that never really goes away. I watch people with 100,000, 500,000, a million followers. I watch people who have made seven figures as an affiliate sort of fizzle out over time because they're bored. Because our industry, the lifespan of an affiliate in our industry, in terms of actually keeping consistent growth and making this a making this a really long-term business, is very rare. Very rare. It takes an intense work ethic. It takes an intense amount of discipline and commitment and patience, because in affiliate marketing, a year feels like an eternity. Like in business, a year feels like a lifetime. 5 years feels like an entire, it's like I've lived 9 lives. Like it feels so long. And that's part of the reason why Dave's success, he always says it. He says this to our team. He'll say this to our business plan advisors. Most of his success, not most, he's very good. He's world-class copywriter. He's world-class offer creator. But a lot of why he's here and as successful as he is he hasn't burned bridges. He's been very patient. And most of all, he's just lasted longer. Like he's just hung in there longer. there's these, at Legendary, we've had dry spells as a company where, like it was just hard months. Like just, that's what it was like. And everybody just kind of felt it. And a lot of companies, they just are like, yeah, this sucks. So I'm out of here. Why am I doing this? Right. But the reality, I feel like, is that consistency. It's the patience. It's the ability to kind of like grind through seasons that feel a little slower, feel a little monotonous, because on the other side is consistency. It's everything that you're looking for in a business. But anyway, sorry for the rant. I get really passionate about that because I want people who come online and find a little success like you've found to really know that there's this other dimension that sort of can open up on the other end of that patience and consistency. That is a real massive business that could change a lot of people's lives, could really change your life or other people's lives too. Any thoughts on all of that, or anything come to mind about my rant?
No, I kind of like say the same thing because I have webinars every single week where like I invite a couple of people into a Zoom call and I help them set everything up every single week if there's one person or if there's 20 people. And the first thing I tell them is like, you probably are not going to see a lot of results in the beginning. And I want you to go into this with the mindset that I'm going to work every single day and post every single day for a full year before I'm going to see any results. And if you have that mindset, then it's going to get a lot easier, especially when you don't see a result the first couple of weeks or the first months, even though there are people who see crazy results right away, but most people aren't like that.
Yeah, most people aren't. But there's definitely exceptions. I mean, there's definitely, when you kind of figure out the formula, the amount of traffic that's coming from Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Pinterest right now, there's a lot of people who are becoming very savvy on this content creation formula, and especially with the different algorithms. And man, as much as I'm kind of the most reserved conservative person in terms of telling people what to expect, but I don't know. I mean, I think TikTok in a lot of ways this year has broken that for me, and it's really shown me what's possible really quick. It's crazy. So you've created a lot of content. I mean, you've been on TikTok now for months. What's your, let's see, March, April, May, June, like 4 months or so. What's been your sort of routine, or like how many videos do you try to create each day? what sort of, do you have a routine? Do you have a strategy, or do you just kind of flip on the camera and like freaking let's go?
So I do have a strategy. So this summer I'm incredibly busy. You know, I swim 2 hours from 5:30 in the morning. I have an internship that I'm at right now, actually. So I work that 8 hours a day. Then I usually work
Nice.
out. Then I usually work out again, and then I come out at like 6:30, and I have a couple hours before I need to go to bed. You know, to work on my stuff. So really in the weekends, I try to create like 15, 20 TikTok videos.
Okay.
And I usually make a list on everything I want to talk about. And the most important thing when I create the content is like I want to angle the content with what can I talk about to make other people's lives better. Because if I don't just talk about, hey, go to my link and buy, people are not going to listen to you, you know? Um, so that's what I try to do. And when you get really good at it, like I can create 20 TikToks in an hour, you know? And that's what you do. So I create those TikTok, and then I use this website called snaptic.app to like
Yep.
remove the TikTok watermark, and I repost it on Pinterest and Instagram Reels, all my videos every single day, and I try to spread them out evenly through the day. What's funny about Pinterest though is like I posted like 4 or 5 times a day, every day on Pinterest for over a month, and I got one follower. Like I didn't get anything at all, and I didn't see any traction. And it was the same
Wow.
videos that got a lot of traction on all the other platforms, and I had no clue.
Wow.
So I went on for another couple of weeks, and then last week I was like, dude, screw this. I'm not posting on Pinterest anymore. It's not working. So I took 3 days off Pinterest. I didn't open Pinterest for 3 days. I had one follower, and like I think it said like 1,000 monthly views. You know, so I opened Pinterest 4 days later, not being on it. Now I have about 100 followers and like 35, 40,000 monthly views, and all those views and followers came from 3 days.
Yep.
3 days, you know. So it kind of like is a slow start, and that was kind of the thing with TikTok too. But then suddenly, like with Pinterest, all the old videos start getting views, and now I have thousands of views on every single TikTok or video that I have on Pinterest. So that's definitely something to take advantage of as well.
Yep. Yeah. There's two parts to it. It's like, one, you've got to create a lot of content. I tell people like just get like 3 pieces of content created a day. Just get in the habit of that, right? You're no longer a consumer, you're a creator. And then the second piece is if you combine that piece with about an hour to 2 hours of learning every day about, I mean, that can just be studying people's like TikTok videos that are in your niche. Like I was talking with a relationship coach the other day and was like, hey, look, like if you're in the relationship niche, like search some of the hashtags, go through the top videos and start taking notes on exactly what they're doing. How do they set up their videos? How do they structure their videos? And start modeling their sort of formula. It's a formula, right? And if you take those two things, consistently creating content and learning and actually growing your skills and trying to figure out how do I create better content, it's not like especially on TikTok, it's not like maybe it'll work someday. It's a pretty like formulaic situation. Like it's probably going to work. You're probably going to get 1,000 followers. It's very likely you'll grow way beyond 1,000 followers. Like it's honestly, it's not easy because doing that process consistently takes hard work, but it's pretty simple. It's the simplest thing that I've seen in quite a long time. But the big key is either of those two pieces divorced from the other means it won't work. If you're just sitting around, you're studying content, you're watching people, you're taking a bunch of notes, but you're not actually on the camera or you're not actually creating forms of content, you're not going to grow. If you're just creating content every day and you're like, well, I just been creating 10 pieces of content every single day and it never works. Well, you got to do something different. It's time to actually learn. Like you need to dive in. You need to learn. You need to get on webinars with Michael. You need to get on webinars with me. You need to get on TikTok and actually sit down and look. You need to watch YouTube videos on how to create more viral, content, and the traffic will come. The traffic always comes. That's one of the best things about TikTok is the amount of traffic that comes through there is mind blowing. So anyway, those two things are kind of keys to getting a little bit of traction on TikTok and getting your channel flowing. and all the traffic and everything will come after that. I tell people, don't even focus on the traffic. Like, forget traffic. You just start getting followers and worry about traffic and pushing to affiliate offers later.
Yeah, the road to 1,000 followers was definitely the hardest because always trying to figure out what works. Because I took like a couple of months to get to 1,000, but once you get to 1,000, you can go live. That is something really powerful, by the way. Everyone should go live on TikTok. I had days where, like, when I had 2,000 followers, I went live for an hour, and after an hour, I got like 500 followers in 1 hour. You know, and I started doing that regularly.
Jeez.
Now, TikTok hasn't been showing me a lot of love lately because the past like 2 weeks, I've gotten 0 views on the For You page on every video. So I'm kind of like shadow banned. I don't know why, but it's what happens, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really enabled me to, like, focus on other channels.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that happens from time to time, especially. Kind of feel like when that happens, there's either kind of one or two routes. Sometimes people will just create a new account, or other times people will just continue to post and really, really focus on just great content, get a little bit away from their links and pushing people. Because I think people, what's happening is people, I don't know if the algorithm's changed, but I doubt that. The algorithm rarely changes. Occasionally they'll make tweaks, but people usually, social media platforms usually don't do big sweeping waves of changes. The core of it usually stays the same. The core of it being, you have to have great content that keeps people on the platform. The thing that starts to happen is if a lot of people sort of start doing similar or the same things, people, their audience gets annoyed. They start reporting channels, right? Once they start reporting channels or saying, I don't want to see it, then it starts to become, oh, well, now all these channels are getting reported. So what's the similarities that we're seeing between these channels? Okay, they use the same hashtags. They use the same, okay, what's going on? So their algorithm is very smart. But outside of that, I do think that I've seen a couple people for sure come out of that with the same channel and it actually still be just totally fine.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Um,
multiple people come out of it.
yeah, yeah. And I think that, again, the big kicker there, the big piece there is just sort of, you get below a certain threshold in their algorithm and they're like, there's just not going to be much going on the For You page. Let's see you kind of prove yourself. And if one of your things starts to get going a little bit, then okay, let's put one of your videos out there on the For You page. Let's see if you're doing better now. Right. So,
And
um,
it was also a big, like, wake up call for me because I don't know if TikTok's going to be around forever, and I started thinking, if TikTok, like, is taken down today, what will happen to my business? So I definitely think it's important to diversify your traffic sources on multiple different channels as well, especially YouTube. I feel like YouTube is this evergreen platform that not a lot of affiliate marketers or, like, all use, because it's the videos that you upload are going to be there forever. Like, when I upload a TikTok video, a week later it's dead, and I have to keep uploading videos to
yeah,
keep the traffic up. With YouTube, as long as you keep posting, all your videos are going to grow exponentially with views. So I just got started with seriously with YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, I gotten a lot of leads from it.
yeah. I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like on the YouTube front, we were on our decade in a day training the other day, and I searched, I think it was best dog training course, and what came up was a few videos, and they're not coming up in my Google search right now, but they were from this guy's dog training course, and the videos were from 2013. So you're totally right. We were kind of searching and doing some investigations, and then, like, I was like, wait, this guy, he's showing up like three of the top four videos, and on those three of the top four videos, um, they're basically all pointing people to his dog training course that he's been selling now for almost, well, like 8 years. And those YouTube videos are just getting views and views and views and views and views. That'll never happen with TikTok or something like that. It's totally evergreen. It sits out there on the platform forever. Yeah, You're totally right. It's really, really powerful. And that's the awesome thing about TikTok is you can create a bunch of TikTok content, point people over to your YouTube, and we've seen people grow their YouTubes like just like skyrocket their YouTube channels. And people who are sitting on YouTube and are like, well, I really like my YouTube. I don't really like going on TikTok. I'm like, dude, get on freaking TikTok and create short versions of your video and point people to your YouTube and you'll explode. Like it's, yeah, if you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, the best thing you can do to grow that YouTube channel is get on TikTok and create little bite-sized pieces of content and tell them to go watch the full version on your YouTube channel. Because you will explode.
Most
Are
definitely.
you on YouTube right now?
Yeah, I've been starting to post the last couple of weeks, so I'm on YouTube.
Nice, awesome. So, okay, what's your strategy? What's the plan going forward? Are you going to keep the TikTok? What are you going to do with that TikTok account? You going to keep it?
I post every single day, and I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to get out of it. I watched this YouTube video of the guy who used to work in TikTok, and he said he posted this a couple of weeks ago, and he said the TikTok algorithm has been a little stricter with like shadow bans, and now they last about 30 days.
Okay.
So he said 30 days, as long as you don't upset it, as long as you don't do what you got shadow banned for. I don't even know what that was because I think my content is good, you know. Same with
You
Facebook
never really
ads.
know, yeah.
No, same with Facebook ads. You can get banned for anything, you know, all the time. I probably got banned 20 times or not banned, but like disabled ad account from Facebook when I ran ads every single like week, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. So I'm gonna continue pushing content. I like to, with my content, not just trying to sell, because even though that may give you more link clicks and more traffic into your funnels in the short run, the more value you provide in the long run, the more followers you're going to get, the more credibility you're going to get, and the more you're going to grow. And, you know, like I log on to these wake-up calls almost every single day, and I see all these people earn a lot of money, have crazy results. And I'm just a regular guy, you know, like I earn enough to cover all my living expenses and some of my tuition. But what I've done the past 3 months, I think 3 months since I got started, is like insane, because going from 0 to 3 months, being able to basically live for free and pay off college is something that I've been really fortunate to do. So definitely just stay consistent and keep posting content, and also find other things to be an affiliate for, you know, other than just Legendary as well, even though it's a great program and we want as many people as possible to share what we have learned, and that's why I think so many people are promoting it. But definitely try to diversify your traffic sources and income sources as well. I think it's important.
I think it's important too. Absolutely. Yeah, that's cool, man. I love it. Well, I'm happy for you. I feel like you've got, I'm always really happy when I get on with like somebody who's younger, who's in college, who's figuring this out, who's in the trenches. Because you've got so much ahead. You've got so far. Like, do you ever listen to Gary Vee?
I listen to Gary Vee all the time. Yeah.
Okay. So he's always just talking about patience. You know, he talks about how 40 is the new 60, you know, or no, 60 is the new 40.
Yeah.
And, you know, and he's just, I feel like, you know, even for me, it's just a reminder, like I'm really young and I'm 31, but I'm still just like, I'm such a baby infant in life. And same goes to you, you know, like you're so young too. And you've just got, it just makes me happy inside, like seeing people who are having the realization that it's like, all right, there's a different way, there's a different method, and I see you sort of just trying a lot of stuff and experimenting, and that experience, I just want to commend you on that, because that experience for me when I was 20 and in college, and I was like, man, I'm going to get so damn rich on the internet. It's going to be crazy. All the experience, all the failures, right? Like those Facebook ads that you were running for your physical products. Like I did kind of a similar thing when I was getting started, and like, yeah, I maybe didn't make a ton in profit, but the amount that I learned, like everything that I learned, is still applicable to this day. I took all of that stuff. My wife has a therapy practice down the road. She does mental health therapy, and in 2 years, we grew her practice to 6 full-time therapists. She's just leasing out a new 2,500 square foot office that has 6 more offices. And guess how we grew it? Paid advertising. And guess who knew how to do that? Me. Why? Because I bought a Google Ads course 10 years ago because I was going to grow my affiliate marketing business with Google Ads, right? And I ran a bunch of Google Ads and they didn't work and I couldn't figure it out. And I was frustrated and pissed off and I felt like I was losing money. And it was one of the best investments in my life to fail at Google Ads, to fail at Facebook ads, just get in there and start playing around, right? A lot of people are anti-paid ads, but you're really building a skill. It's not so much about the fact that you're going to like make $1 million the next day, that you're making a huge investment in yourself and your education and your ability to build a skill. And that kind of shit pays dividends. That doesn't pay cash flow only. It pays dividends big time down the road. Because now we've got, for her, it's basically a passive business that we grew over the course of 2 years. And it's all from that little skill set early on. And it just makes me, I just want to say nice work to you. Like, great job at actually getting in there and taking action, because there's a lot of people who sit on the sidelines, man. They buy expensive courses. They sit in webinars with me and get in the blueprints and do all of this stuff and buy and buy and buy and never actually have the guts to get in there and just like, all right, here we go. I don't know how in the hell this is going to work out, but I'm going to hit go on these ads and actually run them. And there's some skin in the game. And then you learn because you focus more. And I just see all of that happening with you. So, it was really cool to sit on this today and hear your story about that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was definitely one of those people because I kind of sat on the sideline for a couple months before I got started. But when I realized that I don't really want to go the corporate route after college, I had 3 options. Because after college, like I'm on a student visa, and that student visa expires when I graduate. So I can, 1, either get sponsored by a corporate company to work here. 2, I can go home to Norway and leave everyone I know here, my girlfriend, everything. Or 3, I can save up $100,000 to get like an entrepreneurship visa and work for myself. So for me, it's basically in 1 year, I need $100,000. Like that. Like there's no other choice for me. Like I'm doing it. Like that's it. And that was kind of my motivation, because like I either do this or I have to leave the country. Like that's it. Like there's no other option. Like that's everything that I need to do. So I'm
Nice.
like, I'm working a lot right now. Like I have 15-hour days every day now because I'm grinding and I'm posting content and I'm growing my business, and it's baby steps. I haven't like exploded in the following or anything. But I think I got a very high quality audience that they all like know me and connect with me because I've told my story so many times.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing, you know?
Damn. I love it. Hey, I'm not going to keep you anymore. I know you've got shit you need to get to, man. So I'm going to let you go.
Of course.
And get back to that. Get back to grinding to those 6 figures. You got 12 months, dude. Get after it.
12 months.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again for coming on.
Of course.
From our team, if you need anything, we're happy to help. We're happy to, give feedback, or just, if you ever need somebody to chat with, we're always here, man.
I appreciate that.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. See you, Michael.
Bye.
All right, guys. What a good dude. If you guys are wondering, we're here live every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And give Michael a little shout in the comments. I'm sure he'll come back through the comments and look at those. And we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Eastern. Tune in. And if you're here and you don't get our text message reminders, you can text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. And you'll get a little text message reminder with a link to tap, and it will go straight over there. All right. have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you again.